Hello everyone who is watching today's video. Today, we will embark on a journey to learn about one of the massive, powerful and influential industries not only for the US economy but also for the global food market. That is the pig farming and pork food processing industry, especially the sausage production industry, where every year hundreds of millions of pigs are raised, slaughtered, processed, and as a result, hundreds of billions of sausages are produced. Packaged and distributed around the world. This is not only a story of agriculture, but also a story of industrialization, modernization, and the power of the global supply chain in the new era. In the heart of the vast industrial zones, where food factories grow like giant steel fortresses, there is a world that few people have witnessed, where millions of tons of pork are processed, chopped, mixed, marinated and processed into countless familiar products in daily meals. It is the world of sausages, ham, cold cuts, bacon and sausage production lines, a meticulous, precise and technical journey, where each product is not just food, but the result of technology, labor and strict quality control. When a pig leaves the slaughter line, it is no longer a living creature, but becomes raw material, a block of meat that is separated, classified and carefully inspected. Immediately after cleaning, disinfecting and cooling, meat parts such as shoulder, loin, fat, skin, bones, are put into cold storage, where the temperature is kept stable at below 4 degrees Celsius to ensure freshness and food safety. From here, the meat will be transferred to different processing areas, depending on the intended use. For sausages, one of the most popular products, the process begins with choosing the right raw materials. Lean meat is usually the shoulder or rump, with a moderate amount of fat to ensure the sausage is not too dry but not too fatty. The meat is chopped or coarsely ground, then mixed with lard, salt, gelling agents, such as soy protein or casein, spices such as pepper, garlic, onion, nutmeg, and even sugar or corn syrup to create a balanced flavor. All are mixed in a high-powered mixer, in cold conditions to maintain adhesion and prevent bacteria from growing. After the mixing stage comes the stuffing process. The meat mixture is fed into an automatic sausage stuffer, injected with collagen casings, protein casings or natural intestines. Depending on the type of product, modern stuffing lines can produce hundreds of sausages per minute, accurately weighed and lengthened, then cut into sections and hung on large stainless steel racks to be placed in steamers or smokers. Sausage steamers are giant chambers that can hold thousands of sausages at a time. Depending on the type of sausage, fresh or smoked, the steaming process can last from 30 minutes to more than 2 hours. For smoked sausages, oak or maple wood is often burned slowly to create natural smoke that penetrates each fiber of the meat, creating a unique flavor while also preserving it. After steaming or smoking, the sausage is quickly cooled with cold air or ice to prevent bacteria and keep the outer casing firm and shiny. After cooling, the sausages will be transferred to the packaging area. Here, robots classify and check the weight and quality with X-rays and optical cameras. Then put them into a vacuum packaging machine or inert gas packaging to extend the shelf life. Some high-end products are also individually packaged with shrink wrap, then put into cardboard boxes, clearly labeled with the product code, production date, expiration date. And transferred to cold storage ready for distribution to the market. Besides sausages, Chinese sausages are also a famous pork product, especially in Asian culinary culture, in factories in the US serving the Chinese, Vietnamese, Filipino communities, etc. The sausage-making process is similar to sausages, but the spices are more typical, with Mai Kulo wine, concentrated soy sauce, brown sugar and natural color from beetroot juice or caramel. After being stuffed, the sausages are dried or hung in a drying chamber for many days to achieve the necessary dryness. Then vacuum sealed and canned. Amidst the vast fields, where the land stretches to the horizon, the United States is home to thousands of modern pig farms, where hundreds of millions of pigs are raised and sold each year. Serving the giant food processing industry, the journey from a tiny newborn pig to a weight of more than 120 kilograms and brought to the processing plant is a complex, sophisticated and precise process, requiring a smooth combination of technology, nutritional science, environmental management and professional ethics. At a large-scale pig farm in the United States, the breeding process often begins in the breeding sow area. This is where the sows, carefully selected for breed, health and fertility, receive special care. Each sow is monitored for its reproductive cycle by an electronic chip attached to its ear, connected to a central computer system. When the time is right, they are artificially inseminated using modern techniques. Sperm is collected from stud farms that are strictly controlled for genetic quality. Each mating is meticulously recorded in the database, from time, dosage, to sperm origin, to monitor efficiency and evaluate reproductive results. After about 114 days of pregnancy, the sows are placed in separate farrowing pens, which are designed to be safe, clean, airy and have an automatic temperature, humidity and exhaust monitoring system. Piglets are usually born in litters of 10 to 14, and their health is monitored from the first minute. Their umbilical cords are cut. Their ears are numbered. They are vaccinated and supplemented with milk if necessary. During the first 3 weeks, the piglets continue to suckle their mother's milk and begin to get used to solid food, helping their digestive systems develop gradually. After weaning, the piglets are transferred to a separate feeding area called a pig farm. Each litter can have up to thousands of pigs, divided into small groups according to age and physical condition. Here, the barn system is automatically controlled. The temperature is maintained at 28 to 32 degrees Celsius for piglets, gradually decreasing as they grow. Air is continuously circulated through the fan system, cooling membranes and ventilation pipes on the roof of the barn. Sensors are placed everywhere to measure ammonia, CO2, humidity, and alarm when exceeding the allowable threshold. Feed is the key factor determining growth rate and meat quality. Each farm has its own mixing formula, advised by animal nutrition experts. Feed mainly consists of corn flour, soybean flour, minerals, vitamins and biological additives. All are automatically mixed in the silo system and distributed to each feeding trough by the hour. The amount measured accurately to the gram. Drinking water is continuously supplied through automatic troughs, ensuring it is clean, cool and free of bacteria. An adult pig can consume up to 6 liters of water per day and eat more than 2 kilograms of food. Pigs are monitored for their health daily by cameras, sensors attached to the ears or under the skin. When detecting abnormal signs such as not eating, lying down a lot, or having difficulty breathing, the system will send a warning to the manager's phone. Veterinarians are always on duty to handle timely treatment, and at the same time plan regular vaccinations against common diseases such as PRRS, blue ear, foot and mouth disease, swine fever, and swine flu. The use of antibiotics in livestock farming is strictly controlled by federal regulations, only used when necessary, with prescription, and following the withdrawal period before selling the pig. On many farms, environmental factors are of particular concern. Manure and wastewater from the pig pen are collected into a microbiological treatment system and separated into solids and liquids. The water after treatment meets standards and can be reused to water plants. Cool the pig pen, or discharged into the natural environment. The solids are composted into organic fertilizer or biogas, providing electricity for the farm itself. Many solar energy systems, storage batteries, and smart housing models are being applied to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. When they reach a weight of 110 to 130 kilograms, the pigs are brought into the final stage, preparing for sale. Before that, they are nursed for 7 to 10 days with a special diet, low in protein, high in energy, to help the meat be firm, bright red, and reduce stress. The transportation of pigs to the slaughterhouse is carefully calculated to ensure speed, safety, and no damage. The transport vehicles are cleaned, disinfected, and have a fan and ventilation system. The pigs are allowed to rest for a few hours before slaughter to stabilize their psychology and reduce stress hormones, a factor that directly affects the quality of the meat. A special feature of the U.S. pig farming industry is its high specialization. Some farms only raise breeding sows, some raise piglets until weaning, and some raise pigs from 7 to 24 weeks of age. Each farm operates as a link in a closed value chain, from breeding stock, feed, care, transportation to processing and distribution. As a result, disease risks are minimized, farming efficiency is significantly increased, and traceability is always guaranteed. Large corporations such as Smithfield Foods, Tyson, JBS USA or Seaboard Foods operate hundreds of farms nationwide. While pigs raised with modern technology have contributed to creating a giant meat industry, in another corner of American agriculture, an equally large-scale picture is emerging, where hundreds of millions of cows, from beef to dairy cows, are cared for, raised and developed on large farms spanning across states from Texas, Nebraska to California. Here, the cattle industry is not simply raising cattle for meat or milk, but a giant ecosystem with close coordination between genetics, nutrition, mechanization and meticulous scientific management down to every detail. Cattle farms in the U.S. are sometimes thousands of hectares wide, with a capacity of tens of thousands of cows, operating like a giant machine that operates continuously day and night, from breeding, mating, raising to transporting and slaughtering. Like the pig industry, every cow in the U.S. has a unique identification number, an electronic chip that can be tracked from birth to sale. Calves are born in high-quality breeding farms, fed on mother's milk or special formula in a warm, sterile environment, and gradually introduced to roughage and dry food. When they reach a certain weight, they are transferred to feedlots, where modern techniques, nutrition and technology are applied to turn each cow into a high-quality source of meat, serving domestic and global export markets. From rolling pastures to concrete barns, from hay trucks to automated feed mixing systems, from cow health monitoring robots to hands-free vaccination stations, the U.S. beef industry is another symbol of the world's most advanced, efficient and large-scale agricultural production. The cattle industry in the United States is one of the most important links in the country's agriculture. With the world's leading beef production, the U.S. owns a large farm system, ranging from several hundred to tens of thousands of heads, operated with high technology and strict control processes. The journey of a cow, from birth to becoming fresh, high-quality red beef on the dining table, is a long chain of many stages. At breeding farms, mother cows are carefully selected based on good genetics, stable health, and high fertility. The breeding process is mainly carried out by artificial insemination, allowing breeders to choose sperm from the best males across the United States or even from international gene banks. Newborn calves are cared for with the utmost care. They are fed colostrum for the first 24 hours to boost their immunity, are electronically tagged for lifelong monitoring and management, and live in a temperature, humidity, and hygiene-controlled environment. After a few months, the calves are transferred to the primary rearing stage. In semi-natural grazing areas or modern barns, they are introduced to mixed feed, hay, crushed grains, vitamins, and minerals. All feed is mixed automatically through a large machine system, ensuring the correct diet for each age and physical condition. An automatic drinking system provides clean water continuously, and the rearing environment is always monitored by sensors, AI cameras, and professional livestock management applications. When the cows reach a weight of about 300 to 400 kilograms, they will be transferred to fattening farms, also known as feedlots. These are industrial-scale farms, each of which can house 10.00 to 100.00 cows. Here, cows are fed a starch-rich diet such as corn, barley, and soybeans, which helps them gain weight quickly in a short period of time. Many farms also use automatic cow recognition systems using cameras to measure feed consumption, weight gain, and detect signs of disease. Regular vaccinations are carried out at dedicated stations. Cows pass through automatic injection gates without direct human contact. This helps reduce stress on the animals and saves labor. In addition, veterinarians conduct regular checks and are always ready to handle any abnormalities. Every day, hundreds of specialized trucks deliver feed to each farm, ensuring an uninterrupted supply of nutrients. At the same time, cow waste is collected, treated, and reused as fertilizer or bioenergy. The closed system helps protect the environment and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Gone. A portion of the meat is consumed domestically. The rest is exported to more than 100 countries around the world, bringing tens of billions of dollars each year to the U.S. economy. In addition, byproducts such as cowhide, organs, and bones are also used to produce hundreds of other products, from furniture, leather shoes, to animal feed and pharmaceuticals. No part of the cow is wasted. All are fully utilized. The US is also one of the first countries to apply blockchain in beef supply chain management. Thanks to that, consumers can scan the QR code to know which farm the cow was raised on, what it ate, how it was vaccinated, where and when it was slaughtered. This transparency helps build trust and increase product value. Cattle farms also provide jobs for millions of local workers, agricultural engineers, veterinarians, animal nutritionists, etc. Along with that, universities, research institutes and businesses always cooperate to research new cattle breeds, optimize diets, improve meat quality and minimize environmental impacts. Cattle farming in the US is not simply about meat production, but also a combination of technology, science, economics and social responsibility. It is a sustainable, strong and globally influential industry. After about 14 to 18 months of